Hi everyone, today I will be making homemade chocolate chip cookies. This is a recipe that I found online and it's basically supposed to be really chewy and just like the best homemade chocolate chip cookie. And I'll put the link down below in the description. But yeah, so here's what we need. We need flour, vanilla extract, cane sugar, brown sugar, baking soda, salt. You can use 2 eggs. I'm halving the recipe, so I'm only going to use 1 egg, and then I'm replacing the butter with Crisco just to make it smoother. But yeah. Also, you're gonna want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Okay, so in this bowl, I have 1 1/4 a cup of Crisco, 1 cup of brown sugar, and half a cup of white sugar. Okay, now I'm just taking a wooden spoon and just mixing it all together. So the brown sugar has a lot of chunks in it, so I'm just sort of breaking it up with the spoon and doing my best to make this as smooth as possible. So here's what it's looking like so far. Sort of, you know, the oven's ready. But yeah, it's not as smooth as it should be. Okay, so here is the consistency that we are dealing with now. Oops. Yeah, I did my best to get out all of the lumps, but I think it's as smooth as it will get. Now we are just cracking an egg. And putting in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I think I used up exactly that, and now the bottle's finished. Okay, so now just mix until it's all smooth. Okay, so here's the consistency that we have after mixing that all up. We also went in with like the back of a spoon to sort of mash down some of the brown sugar chunks, but yeah, this is how it looks. And now I'm just gonna add in the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so in a separate bowl, we are just going to add and mix together our flour, salt, and baking soda. So we are going to need, let me see, like 1 so half of 3/4 of flour. Okay, so just taking this flour and grabbing my 1 cup. And a knife. And can't really see, but that's what we have. And I'm just sort of patting it down to make it even and then scraping off the top layer. So that it's all level. There. So that's 1 cup. And we're just gonna do a fourth. One fourth, and then a half of a fourth, I guess. And that's just gonna be an estimate. About that much. There. Okay, and now half a teaspoon of salt. And half a teaspoon of baking soda. I think I put in just maybe a little bit too much salt, but it's okay. There. You're supposed to put in half of 3/4, so whatever that is. Yeah, and now I'm just gonna mix this all up. So here's what it looks like before, and here it is after. It looks the same, but it's just mixed now. Okay, so now I'm just taking the dry ingredients and putting them into the wet ingredient mixture. And then we just mix that all up until it's nice and blended. So I'm just mixing it up and it's starting to form into a dough. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention at the beginning, but you do need chocolate chips for this recipe because it is chocolate chip cookies. I just forgot to show them. But this is mixing pretty easily, thankfully, because sometimes it's like really hard to mix it all up, but this is going by pretty smoothly. I'm guessing it's because of the Crisco sticks. And by the way, I used vegetable Crisco sticks, so it's all vegetable oil. It's not like lard, so that's good. I guess healthier. But yeah, this is looking pretty good and it mixed really smoothly. And let me show you. So here is our dough mixture. And now we're just gonna add in half of a bag of chocolate chips. Okay, so now I'm just taking semi-sweet chocolate chips and just adding half of the bag in. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just an estimate. All right, that looks like maybe more than enough, but yeah. Now I'm just gonna mix it all together until everything, the chocolate, everything in the dough and chocolate chips are all, you know, become one. Okay, and here is the finished dough mixture. This is like really smooth and it was super easy to mix it all together. But yeah, now I'm just gonna put it on the parchment paper on the cookie sheet to bake. Okay, so now I have my parchment paper on the cookie sheet. Now I'm just gonna take my mixture and a tablespoon and sort of scoop it out and place it on the parchment paper. Whoops. So here's how many I ended up with and the size that I made them. Sorry. Yeah, and now I'm just gonna put them in for about 10 minutes each. Like, sorry. I mean, I'm gonna put them in the oven for 10 minutes, but after 5 minutes, I'm gonna rotate the one that's on top to the bottom and vice versa. Time to rotate. So here's the finished result. I left them in for probably 3 more minutes than I should have, so just be careful. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy, and let me know if you try this recipe. Bye!